in-breath and the out-breath, but the indirect meaning of Pashadda Kaya Sankharo means to be endowed with the fourth jhana, fourth absorption, fourth jhana. So that is the indirect meaning of the Pasadda Kaya Sankharo. So you may have heard about the jhanas, the absorption. There are four jhanas, and the first jhana, the second jhana, the third jhana, and the fourth jhana. So in this eighth Ariyavasa, Buddha insisting us to be endowed with, to practice, to develop the fourth jhana. So to understand about the fourth jhana, so we have to talk a little bit about the samatha jhanas. And the samatha practice is the practice to observe a single object, and the object is also the panyati, the concept, not the paramatha, not the ultimate truths, but the concept, panyati, and a single object, not two objects, only one object. So penetrating or observing a single object continuously, repeatedly, again and again. So as we practice samatha meditation, slowly when we will subside, when we will dispel the hindrances, or when we put the hindrances at bay, then the first jhana will be developed. In first jhana, there are 5 jhanic factors. Vitakka, the initial application. Vichara, the sustained application, or we can also say the state of mind which rubs against the object. Then piti, rapture. The fourth jhanic factor is sukha, the mental comfort or the mental happiness. And the fifth one is the ekagata, one-pointedness. So in first jhana, these 5 jhanic factors are present. As we keep practicing the samatha jhana, then the vitakka and the vichara, the initial application and the sustained application, will be subsided automatically. So at that time, mainly 3 jhanic factors will be apparent and obvious. They are piti, rapture, the sukha, mental comfort, and the ekagata, one-pointedness. When the mind is endowed with these 3 jhanic factors, then means we are in second jhana, the second absorption. So in second jhana, the jhanic factors are piti, sukha, and ekagata. Then after the piti, the rapture also will be subsided, because meditators will see the flaws of the piti, which rapture, which is disturbing in observation, observing the samatha object. So with the power of the meditation, yogi will subside the piti. So will remain only sukha, comfort, and the ekaggata. So that is the third jhana. So third absorption. And then after the sukha, the mental comfort also will be subsided. So at that time only ekaggata, one pointedness, and the upekha, equanimity will just remain. So that is the fourth jhana. In fourth jhana, mainly two mental factors are obvious, and we can also say the equanimity will be in climax, in top position. So there will not be the sukha also, mental comfort also, and there will not be uncomfort also. So not only mental comfort and the in comfort, but bodily also. So neither bodily or the mental comfort or the incomfort at that time are present. So just the equanimity will be a very apparent and very obvious in climax. So that situation, that is the state of the Chaturtha jhana, the fourth jhana, where mainly two jhanic factors are obvious and apparent, that is upekha, the equanimity, and ekaggata, one-pointedness. So in this fourth jhana, the in-breath and the out-breath can calm down. When we develop the fourth jhana, we can calm down the in-breath and the out-breath. So let's say no more in-breath and the out-breath. Calmness of the in-breath and the out-breath. So that is what Buddha insisting to be endowed, to calm down the in and out breath means to be endowed with the fourth jhana, the Chaturtha jhana, the fourth absorption. So this eighth ariyavasa is not the compulsory feature. If we have, is better. So that's why Buddha mentioned if we could develop this Chaturtha jhana is better, because for the Vipassana practitioner, in order to develop this Samatha fourth jhana, we have to practice purposely. We have to practice deliberately. So what Buddha refers or the insists us is if a meditator or if a yogi can practice this shamatha jhana and can develop the fourth jhana and can calm down the in and out brain, then it would be more better. And if he or she could do that, then he or she will be endowed with the eighth or the another ariyavasa. So we have to understand this is not the compulsory feature in order to dwell in ariyavasa. If we could, then it would be better. Why it is not the compulsory feature means because even all the arhantas are not endowed with the fourth jhana. Only the special arhantas, like the arhantas who develops the six abhinya or the six special knowledge, or we can see the six branches of the supernatural knowledges. Only they will be endowed with this fourth jhana automatically. As they develop the arhata path and fruition knowledge, then automatically they will be endowed with this fourth jhana. Similarly, the arhantas who has three special knowledges that we call tevidya, who has three special knowledges, only they will be endowed with the fourth jhana. But the ordinary arhantas, even they are arhanta, the holy one, they are still not endowed with the fourth jhana. They have, in order to develop the fourth jhana, what they need to do is they have to practice the samatha meditation. So that's why even not all the arhantas are endowed with this eighth ariyavasa. That is why this eighth ariyavasa is not a compulsory feature in order to dwell in ariyavasa. As I just mentioned, if have, then better. If we could, then it would be better. So we have to understand that only the special arhantas who have we call chala binya. Cha abhinya means who has the special, the six kinds of knowledges, or we can also say the six branches of the supernatural knowledges, and they only endowed with this fourth jhana. And another arhanta is te vidya arhanta. Te means three, vidya means the special knowledge. So who possess these three vidya or the special knowledge, they only endowed with this fourth jhana. The ordinary arhantas are not endowed with this fourth jhana. They have to practice deliberately. So that is why this eighth ariyavasa is not a compulsory one in order to dwell. If have, then much better. Okay, that's why let's move to the ninth ariyavasa. The ninth ariyavasa is to be liberated, to have a liberated mind. So in Pali, it is called Su Vimutta Chitto. Su means well, Vimutta means liberated, Chitta means mind. So to have a well liberated mind is the ninth ariyavasa. So if our mind is also well liberated, then we can dwell in ariyavasa. Yeah, secluded, freed, well freed from, well secluded. Okay, so the Pali is Su Vimutta Chitto. Su means well, vimutta means liberated, chitta means mind. So well liberated mind. So the Buddha elaborated about the Suvimutta Chitta. What kind of mind is well liberated? Means the mind which is free from the raga and the clinging mind, and the second is the mind which is free from dosa, anger, and the third one is the mind which is free from moha and the illusion. So that kind of mind is called the well liberated mind. And in order to be free, or in order to be well liberated mind from these three kinds of kilesas, here raga, dosa, moha, clinging, anger, and the illusion, mainly three kilesas are mentioned because these three are the main root kilesas. These three are the main root kilesas. That is why Buddha mainly mentioned the three kilesas. Of course, we have to take all 10 kilesas. There are 10 kilesas, defilement. But anyhow, these three are the main. So that's why Buddha mainly mentioned the three kilesas to abandon and to make the mind free of. So when our mind could be completely free from these three kilesas, means when we will be arhanta, to be free, to be free from these kilesas, we have to be arhanta. So Buddha is insisting us to practice until we become an arhat. But while we are practicing vipassana meditation, while we are developing the concentration, at that time also our mind is free from the obsessive kilesas. Obsessive kilesas that we call pariyuttana kilesas, which which arise in our mind, not bodily, not in body, not in our speech, but in mind, not transgressive kind of kilesas, only arising in the mind. That kind of kilesas are called the pariyuttana kilesas, obsessive kilesas. So while concentration is present, at that time also we are dispelling the obsessive kilesas. So when we say obsessive kilesas, all the kilesas, it includes the raga, the clinging also, dosa, anger also, the illusion, the moha also, and other kilesas as well. And so means at that time our mind is well liberated from the obsessive kilesas. And again, when we develop the vipassana knowledge, at that time we are subsiding the latent type of kilesas that we call anusaya kilesas, which are sleeping, not obvious. We cannot see, but when relevant cause occur, or when relevant cause strikes, it arises, it occurs. and it may transform into obsessive to the transgressive kilesas. So Anusayas kilesas are always there. And while we are developing Vipassana knowledges, at that time we are dispelling the Anusaya, the latent kilesas. So means at that time mind is being free from this raga, dosa and moha. So that is why when we are practicing Vipassana meditation, when we have wound protection, that is sati, and meanwhile developing concentration, and by development of the concentration, when we are developing the insight knowledges, at that time also our mind is being free from kilesas. So definitely we are dwelling in Ariyavasa. So then let's move to the last and the 10th Ariyavasa, that is well liberated knowledge. To be endowed with or to have the well liberated knowledge. In Pali, it is called Suvimutta Panyo. Su means well, Vimutta means liberated. Panyo means knowledge. So means to have a well liberated knowledge or wisdom. That is the 10th and last Ariyavasa. So this wisdom is this knowledge knows that, oh, my mind is now free from the raga clinging. My mind is now well liberated from the dosa anger, and my mind is well liberated from the illusion and the delusion, moha. That is how this panya, this knowledge or the wisdom knows. So that is why this penya particularly refers to the pacha vekkhana panya. Pacha vekkhana panya, the contemplating knowledge. And this contemplating knowledge arises immediate after the path and fruition knowledge. Path and fruition knowledge. So in here, Buddha typically, particularly talking about this knowledge. Pacha Vekkhana Panya, contemplating knowledge, the knowledge which arises after, immediate after the path and fruition knowledge. I repeat, Pacha Vekkhana Panya. Pacha Vekkhana means contemplating, Panya means knowledge or wisdom. The knowledge which arises immediate after the path and fruition knowledge, and it contemplates as, oh, my mind is now completely free from clinging, completely free from anger, completely free from illusion and delusion. No more again in future these raga, dosha and moha will arise anymore. So in this way, this Pachavikana Panya, contemplating knowledge or wisdom knows. So here I am not much talking about this Pachavikana Panya, contemplating knowledge, and Suvimutta Chitta, the well liberated mind, which is of course the mind endowed the mind of the Arhanta, the path and the fruition knowledge of the Arhanta, because to develop these two features, this 9th and the 10th feature, deliberately we don't need to do anything. What we need to do is we have to be mindful in presently arising object. We have to be mindful. We have to practice Vipassana meditation. If we are practicing Vipassana meditation diligently, and if you are developing mindfulness every moment, then this practice is definitely going to lead to this state. This state means being the well liberated mind and to be endowed with endowed with the well liberated wisdom. That is what automatically going to happen and going to develop in future if we are being mindful in present moment. So deliberately we don't need to do, purposely we don't need to do anything for these two features or the two factors. So that is why I'm not much talking about these two features, two factors. Mainly what we need to do is we have to be mindful in presently arising object, which is going to lead us, which is going to lead us in our destination. So the sati, mindfulness, the one protection, which is the main factor, the main feature of the Ariyavasa. Being endowed with the one protection, we can fulfill the other features of the Ariyavasa. So by knowing the importance of the sati, the one protection, and the one protection, being mindful in presently arising object, may you able to fulfill the main feature. So when you are fulfilling the main feature, the mindfulness in presently arising object, which is also known as a one protection, may you be able to dwell in Ariyavasa while developing one protection, and by the help of this one protection, sati, may you able to develop the other factors, other Ariyavasas, other features of the Ariyavasas, and then finally may you able to be endowed with the well liberated mind and the well liberated wisdom.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay, let's share, Maris.
Yes, Bhante.
Idamme punyam
Idame punya
asavakayavaham
asawakayavaham
hotu.
hotu.
Idamme punyam
Idame punya
nibbanasa
nibbanasa
pachayo
pachayo
hotu
hotu.
imang no
Imang no
punya bhagam
punya bhaga
sabasatana
sabasatana
vibhasima
vibhasema
sabbe satta
sabbe satta
imang punya bhagam
imang punya bhaga
labedva
labedva
sukhita
sukhita
bhavantu.
bhavantu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.